Hey guys, CGL Plumbing here, and today I decided to make a quick little video of this Gerber Stanton from 92 and also a bit of information of how my high tank works. I'll post the normal video of the Stanton. I think that's going to be posted like right before this, but I just want to make a quick video of how my high tank works. So, it's nothing really much to it. I guess we can start at the very bottom because it starts like a normal toilet. This wooden platform that we have for the tank, we have this secured to the wall so it doesn't fall forward. And the only reason we did this is because we didn't know where studs were in this wall. So it's like the only reason that I installed this like this. Basically, the only reason is I didn't know where the studs. So, and we didn't want to risk this tank falling when it's installed. So that's the reason we did that. The supply line is just a bunch of regular 20-inch supply lines and just connected together. I believe this is about, I want to say about 5.5 feet high, I think. Don't quote me on that, but it's somewhere around there, I think. And this is just three 20-inch supply lines, and it just connects like the normal supply line would to the toilet. And it's just these adapters I use to connect the supply lines, and it doesn't leak. So this is just a 1930 standard 4075 tank that came with my standard Monaco with the original handle. This is a custom made pole chain with just like a piece of wood, a chain we bought at Lowe's, a zip tie, and a Christmas ornament. So that was how the pull chain was made. And it's just like drilled holes so it can like connect to like a flush valve. Which I have a Douglas flush valve in there from a 1948 Crane Drexel in there right now. So that's how that's in there. I made this sign because like sometimes my friends or someone may come over and it's like I want them to like pull it out on the chain hard because like I didn't want it to break or anything, so it's pulled gently. And then usually I try to have a matching catalog page of whatever tool I have installed. But I haven't found one for Gerber yet. If you can find one for this specific model, it's an 88 Gerber Stanton from the early 90s. Specifically in 1992 is when this Stanton was made. Um, yeah, that would be helpful. So right now I still have this Crane catalog page up. And this used to be a straight pipe, as you remember from my Monaco video. But I've made adjustments when I installed a couple of toilets in here. Like I think I installed my Modernist one time, and then my Trent for New Year's. And then when I installed the Worldton and glued everything when Toilet Productions came over here in January, that's where I had all this because like it was cut. I didn't have like a complete straight pipe. So that was the reason. It's screwed into the wall there and there. And it just has like feet so it prevented it from tilting forward. And eventually over time, unless you're gonna do installs often, you're normally gonna be fine having this straight off, but I do installations kind of often in here. So I decided to get a low tank flush pipe that came with my standard Monaco. And I put two PVC adapters for 2-inch, by the way, since that's what you use to connect to a flush valve. It's a 2-inch PVC adapter. So, but the spud's 1.5 inch. So I used one of those reducing adapters. I'm not sure what it's called. And then I just have a 1.5 inch spud to go to a 1.5 inch flushometer bowl. I will say most vintage flushometer toilets will work on a setup like this, but not all. And this is completely leak free. This is why I have it installed. It's a leak free method. Because you can essentially do the same thing on like an outside setup if you need to. But you don't have to like glue everything because like, unless you want it to be like an install or something. But I find that not as not useful because it's a lot more work. But I mean, you do your heart desires. I added this valve so I can like adjust the pressure when I do flushes because it's just more helpful to me so I can like do cool stuff. Like I can adjust the pressure and like do weaker flushes, do stronger flushes. It's not necessary, but some toilets do actually go over the bowl, like my 1966 Crane World when I had that installed. After some time, the rim jets cleared because it was on higher pressure again. And after the rim jets cleared all the dust out, it actually started to go over a little bit and get on the floor on the side. So I actually had to turn down the pressure when I had that installed. And so this is just something adapter I made myself. It's just 1.5 inch to go to a 2-inch switch. I made this adapter to that so I can like connect it easily. I did this because so I can install an ADA toilet in here. I usually use a different adapter if I want to use standard height, but same concept essentially. So that's how this whole thing works, and I just want to make a quick video explaining it, and also let's go ahead and do some flushes because why not? So this just pulls down on the tank ball, and when you pull down on it, it flushes. The cool thing about this is that since the Christmas ornament is light, it's just a plastic Christmas ornament, it's so light that the tank ball will close automatically. Sometimes it does take some adjustment to get it to like close because it may stick, but just like make sure like if you push down on like the handle, it was able to open and close. That's really all I can say about that. You have to make sure it opens and closes, and you should be all set with that part of it. And then it's screwed into the wall up here to make sure like it doesn't tilt forward. We used to have this up here, but it was too high up, so we put that instead. And this is just an old fill valve I had I got from DMS Foaming with my core tank. It's on my Highline, so since I have an original 1977 core fill valve, then I'll just use this in this tank. So it shuts off and everything. It's cool. So if I turn down the pressure, what I can do now is I can do weaker flushes, and it's also so it isn't like as strong. I don't know why, but whenever I have it on weaker pressure, what always happens is just like a sudden boost of power. I have no idea why that happens. I'm guessing it's like with the water and stuff with this valve, but I don't know. It's weird, and I don't know why it does that, but it just does. So, yeah. Let's see how weak I can actually flush this, because with toilets like this was just essentially a Gerber lacrosse, but just with a 1.5 inch spud for a flushometer instead of a 2-inch inlet and tank bolts. So it actually flushes pretty nicely on just a high tank. It doesn't need super high pressure because the rim jets are designed decently sized and the siphon jet's designed bigger than most normal flushometer toilets. So it's able to flush pretty nicely on a high tank. Most modern flushometer toilets can't flush out this well in a high tank because the rim jets were designed a lot smaller. But back in the day when they could use more water, the rim jets were designed bigger. So yeah, here's a weaker flush. This is super weak. I don't think this will siphon. Yeah, that's not gonna do anything. Let's turn the pressure a little bit. Another thing I also did was I did Teflon tape around here so it wouldn't leak, and also around here. But when I saw this, I didn't do that well around the flush valve connection. You don't have to do it for the supply line, at least from my experience, but you have to do it around the flush valve and the spud inlet and both of these connections if you add these. Yeah. So, and then also the spud connection, but yeah. So that's basically how I did this high tank setup. And so, yeah. Let's see how this will flush. It's not like a good root cause except for that extra power boost for no reason. I don't know why it does that. It's something I don't know, but it's just like, I don't know what it is. And so, yeah, this is just. So, just as a tank view, I'm not gonna waiting for the tank to fill. So I'm just gonna show you, like, this is just basically how a normal vintage toilet tank would work. But yeah, that's basically it for this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I guess I'll see you in the next one.